Hey guys, Mad Science here, and today we're back for another episode of Anime vs. Reality. Back with Bailey over that side of the screen. And he is being silent for some reason.
Oh, he's just waiting for you before he can chime
I
in.
introduced you, Bailey.
Okay. Well, I'm Bailey.
Yeah, today we're talking about Higurashi, uh, an interesting anime. We're gonna start off with
Yeah.
episode number 1. Where basically in the first moments of it, we get told exact time period for this anime, June 1983.
What
Or
does you got writ Showa? What's Showa mean?
so Showa 58 is, I think it's the emperor leaders. It has to do with emperor leaders of Japan.
Oh, okay.
It's like that person, how long they rule for. It's like that 58th year of ruling or something.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let's not focus on the date. Let's focus on the fact that a character basically beat up a dead body with with a weapon and destroying a room.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Very brutal
And
ending.
the best part is, it's not senseless violence. It actually advances the plot.
I mean, it is sort of senseless violence almost.
Yeah, but lets you know that this story is gonna have.
Horror.
Yeah.
We've entered the horror section. Anyway, so this anime is another one. It has the opening at the start of the first episode. Most animes do it at the end of an episode, don't they?
Well, not like remember the
Oh no,
high school anime we watched.
I just realized I was thinking of Ruby. The first episode of Ruby, they always have the outro, like the intro at the end of the episode.
Her last name is Rose, right?
Yeah, Ruby
Because I'm
Rose.
pretty sure that there is an actor called Ruby Rose.
Yes, there is. She was. I know she was in the Triple X movie. It was the one that didn't have Vin Diesel in it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
What? What? What are you talking about? um, let's. Anyway, so after the opening, our character that we saw beat up a dead body wakes up and has breakfast and goes to school. Along the way, he is joined by some girls. First
You
is
still there?
yeah. Bailey, what is going on with you? Is your mic not
No.
working or something?
No, I think this internet might be just lagging a bit. I don't know. Can you hear me fine now? Or
Yeah, I can hear you fine now. Do you want to take the next point, considering how much you're lagging?
might as well.
On point number
Okay,
4.
so um, after the opening,
No,
said
I read that
character.
one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. Um, Kishi, the character's name, talks about how it's been a month since he has moved to Hinamizawa, and that air can smell good. You don't say.
Just to correct Bailey's pronunciation, it's Keishi and Hinamizawa.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Pansy Pants.
No, I wasn't
I
trying to show off or
apologize
anything.
for
It's just
my
like
inarticulate mannerism of speaking.
it's just that your pronunciation is just like,
Alright, now where were
you're
we?
like, just I'm
Okay,
just
on the
imagining a
way to
whole
school,
bunch of
another
Japanese people
student
being
joins him
annoying.
on his walk. Is it Kichi or Kechi?
Keishi, Keiichi.
You there?
Yeah. It's Keiichi. Hello?
Yeah, Keiichi, okay.
Keiichi.
So Keiichi, he's out. Another student joins him on a walk. You know, it's a good guy. Turns out this guy is called.
What?
Sorry, I'm just trying to scroll down with this thing. Um, so he's joking with the character, saying he would leave her behind in an instant instead of waiting like she does for him, but he doesn't actually mean it.
Yeah.
Keiichi calls her weird and says her name is Rena Ryugu in the voiceover of the scene.
It's Rugu. I'm pretty sure.
Rugu. Reigu?
Rugu.
Ragu. Beef ragu. Of course.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
But seriously,
following these characters along their walk, and they come across yet another student, and her name is Mion Sansaki. We find out that Keiji was absent from school for 2 days because of a funeral. I wonder who died. Shouldn't make that type of joke at all, shouldn't I?
oh, well, you know, it's anime. They make that joke in the X-Men comics where the X-Men keep dying and coming back, and they're like, oh, heaven must have a revolving door or something.
Anyway, because of Hinamizawa's small size as a village, there's actually only one school with one classroom. And, like, Keiichi has to help the teacher sometimes with teaching Rena and Mion due to all the different grade levels. Like, we have to give a bit of a round of applause to those one classroom schools where it's all the grade levels in the one classroom. Like, come on. Especially to the teacher.
Sorry, what was that last part?
Like, we gotta give a round of applause to one classroom teachers. Like,
Yeah.
like the one class, and the teacher has to teach every single year level at the same time. Like,
Yeah, I don't know, like,
Hmm?
I don't know, you know, how some teachers do it.
There is that movie. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah. Reina and Mion plan to take
Hey,
Kechi on a
you're
walk.
skipping a point now. Before
Oh, sorry.
you were rereading
Kechi
a point,
does.
now you're skipping it.
Sorry, Kechi does bring up the question why he's teaching Mion, even though she's a grade above him. To which she responds, "Don't sweat the details."
Which
Which I admit that was pretty sus. I was like,
it's like it's anime
something's
language
going on.
for don't question the logic, just go with it.
Yeah.
Funny enough, that's another
Reina,
movie that I know of.
Reina and Mion plan to take Kechi on a walk around Hina Mizawa if he's free. He only says that he is free to Reina, who make Mion angry as a joke.
Yeah, he
Free,
is both mean. He's very mean for a
yeah.
character, isn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah,
the three of
the
them
three of
are.
them. Are you going?
I was hoping to take it.
Alright.
The three of them head around to Furude Shrine.
Are you
When
taking it or?
I just read it. Oh my god. Internet. The three of them head around to Furude Shrine, and they sit down a blanket to have lunch. Like, Ren has pulled out like all these like boxes of food, and we meet two younger girls of the class who go by the names of Satoko Hojo and Rika Furude, and they join them in the lunch that they have that's set up. So now that everyone's settled down, Keiji and Sakota start like having like an eating race.
Yeah, that's how you get indigestion.
Or in this case, taken out by an elbow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Keishi's like gets elbowed in like the arm by Sataka, which apparently was against the rules.
I don't understand how it's against the rules when you're eating food.
Question: what rules? Is it just an illegal move to elbow someone in the gut or the arm while eating?
I don't know. You're watching some weird anime.
Hey, you're watching it too.
Because I have to for the children.
Well, this one's not really for the children, isn't it?
For the subscribers.
Well, and here's why this one isn't for the children. We got, so Mion's outfit is like a it's like jeans and a top, but she also has a gun holster on with an actual handgun in it. It's like it's
Yeah.
just there, out to the open, nothing to cover it. Like I just want to point out what she's doing is basically illegal unless she's part of the government somehow.
Yeah, that goddamn government and all their tricks.
Mm. So yeah, Keiichi
Well, it
isn't
depends.
keen on going home just yet though. So Rena takes him to the garbage dump of the town. And
Oh yeah, such a romantic place.
yeah, well she sees it as treasure, so to her it would be romantic. So yeah, as Keiichi's like laying back waiting for Rena to do whatever she's doing, like we get a new character, and we learn his last name now. It's Tomitake. We do learn his first name later. He's a freelance photographer that photographs wild birds. And you know, Keiji is like shocked that he's standing there. He's like surprised, and then like when Keiji makes a joke and Tomitake gets serious and it's like there's actually like someone was murdered at this dam because the garbage dump is actually the dam. It's like Kate just makes the joke of like Random might be checking on a corpse or something.
Yes, get some Life is Strange flashes there.
Yeah. The music in this show is actually really good because it's like you got like the nice music and then all of a sudden like when it gets to a dark point it's just like boom, just cut the music and just have the person speaking. You want to take the next point, Bailey?
I don't know, do I? Reina says she's found the colonial. I'm sorry, the colonel.
The
But the
colonial?
colonial what? In the medieval days, I was reading this
Yeah.
thing. There's this thing where it's like I might be getting it wrong. I don't know what the severity of the crime was, but sometimes they'd send their prisoners to the colonies.
Hmm.
They chip them. No, you getting out of our country. We're sending you to another prison in another country.
Yeah.
Alright, so Raina says she found the colonel as in the statues outside of a KFC building. She would take it, but it's stuck under a pile of junk.
Uh,
Yeah.
there is a story that funny enough, it was covered on Food Theory about the fans of a soccer team throwing a statue of the Colonel from outside KFC into like the river, into a river.
You should have you read the Colonel? You know the Colonel's got a comic book where he fights an alternate version of himself from another timeline.
What?
Yeah, and that the other one wears it wears a black suit and they're fighting with canes. And like our colonel believes that chicken is good using the herbs and spices, but the evil colonel believes when you make the chicken suffer, its pain and fear is what makes the chicken good.
There was a KFC console that came out
I
some
remember that.
point. Huh?
There's also the what's it
There
called?
was the TV show as well.
The visual novel,
Yeah,
Cthulhu
the
Monster
visual novel
Girls
as
or
well.
something like
Yeah, that was also a thing. Honestly, KFC has some of the weirdest stuff.
that. Yeah.
But like with the coal statues in Japan, they actually dress them up as well. So,
Yeah.
like like Santa in kimonos, stuff like that. Like having like the Colonel in Japan is a very iconic person.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he's iconic in Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm ripping on the Colonel or anything. But anyways, getting back on topic,
Getting back to the
Kechi
dead
asks
body.
Reina if something happened at their current location in the past. Apparently, there were plans to build a dam. He wonders if something happened during the construction that stopped said construction. Reina says she doesn't know, which is undercut by the score suddenly stopping.
Yeah,
Dun
I mentioned that
dun.
before.
Clearly, Reina knows more than she's letting on.
Yeah,
It's always secrets
it's
and
always when the music
lies.
cuts and someone just says like, "I don't know." They clearly know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
so
going on
after
with the day,
that,
Mion.
Mion, Reina, Sakato.
You go.
Are you reading it or?
I was starting to read it, but you took over. Do you want me to read it?
Alright, so Mion, Rena, Sakato, and Rika all allow Kechi to join their club where they play games. The first two rules of the club are to strive for the first place and to put forth all possible efforts to win. Kechi's introductory game to the club is Jujin Nuki, a Japanese name for old man, a version of old maid. He ends up losing to the girls knowing which card by the mark on them, but he does get a shot on Mion by tricking her.
Yeah, he
Kechi's
manages
punishment
to
for
do
losing is to have
like a
Mion draw
card
on his
switch.
face, leaving him looking like a tanuki. And for those of us who don't know, what is a tanuki?
And what I most remember with the Tanuki is from a Boring World where Dirty Jokes doesn't exist. With the size of the Tanuki balls
Do you know what a
changing size. Do you know what I'm talking about? Bailey,
yeah.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Hold on, let me just try and move this over a bit.
The Tanuki, like the balls of a Tanuki, can change size.
Yeah.
I love how that's the
Alright, hold on, I've
first thing
just
I think of when you tell me when you ask what a Tanuki was. Ask me what a Tanuki was. It's basically
yeah.
like a raccoon. Like it's a Japanese raccoon,
No,
basically.
they make robbers look cute. You know, they got the little masks on.
Anyway,
Alright,
so the
so
government around the time of the the desired construction of the dam, tried to force everyone out of Hinami's Hinamizawa village, but the people fought back against it and managed to get it cancelled. As soon as Kechi starts questioning about details of the event, Mion does the same thing that Red does and just goes dark. Anyway, later in the day, Keiichi shows up at the garbage dump to help Rena retrieve the Colonel from the pile of junk. Rena shows where the Colonel is, and Keiichi says they need like an axe or a sword to be able to cut through the big pieces of wood and stuff like that on top of it. So, what does Rena do? She runs off to get a tool. And
then she runs back with the tool.
Well, no, first, he finds
Yeah,
some
but
old
I mean,
magazines.
like, that's so stupid. You don't run with a knife or whatever it is. You walk. Or you have it sheep.
I don't think she ran back. But yeah, like, she's like, just hanging out. Finds some old magazines. And it's talking about a crime that happened at his current location. And he starts to suspect, hey, Rena and Mion might be lying to me. What gave that away, Keiichi?
Yeah.
What gave that away, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. What did give it away?
Oh, maybe it's Rena returning with a nata or cleaver in hand. Terrifying him.
Yeah. Not suspicious at all. No, that's just her default face.
No, I think that's like her default weapon as well.
Yeah. Alright, so that's the end of episode 1. Now we're on episode 2,
Well,
where
I
shit
was already
started
reading
getting
the first word
real.
of episode 2.
Oh shit, yeah.
I wasn't mentioning the fact that we're on episode 2. I was just letting it flow.
Sorry, I was
That's all
keep.
good.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes I'm just going off on a tangent. Okay. The following day, the girls tell Keshi about how the Cotton Drifting Festival is coming up. Cotton Drifting, Drift, Initial D. They're gonna be there. Yay!
Really?
Festival is coming up, and that Rika is on the executive committee for the event. They also explain what they do at the festival, which is to take old blankets and coats to the river and hold a memorial service for them as they drift downstream. After school, Rana, Kechi, and Mion run into Tomatake, and in the conversation, he calls Kechi a playboy because he's surrounded by girls. No,
Eh.
you call him by his real name, protagonist.
Anyway, the day of the festival comes around, and the all club members go to play their games, which includes eating a lot of food to skeet shooting, which Keiji proves himself to be good at with the skeet shooting, even though we're only seeing shot photos. Anyway, past that montage, we get to see a bit of Rika's performance for the village, but we only get to see a small section of it. Remember that detail going forward, Bailey.
Which detail was it, sorry?
The fact that we don't get to see much of Rika's performance, even though she does one for the village.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so Keiichi loses Rena, and he comes across Tomitake and some other character while they're having a conversation. So he decides this would be a good time to ask for information, apparently. So he asks Tomitake about Hinamizawa the dam, which we get to learn what happened, like, years ago. So the the planning of the construction of the dam started about 7 to 8 years before uh, present day. Uh, we also get confirmation of a murder at the dam. With it happened 4 years ago, on the same night as the festival that we're currently like experiencing ourselves. Uh, this is supposed to be called the Curse of Oyashiro Sama, where and it's basically every year someone dies.
And sadly, it's completely random. It's not like bad people die, no.
No, although
It's
oddly
kind of like
enough, we
when
learn
it
later
comes
that
out
actually
from
very.
slumber.
We learn later that it's actually very interconnected.
Yeah, like a spider web.
Also, just want to mention, is it bad that I also thought of Initial D when you with the cotton drifting?
No, not at all. It
We
was drifting.
recently covered Initial D. That's why.
Yeah. But D is for drifting.
Well, in the actual show, you do find out what D stands for, which is dream.
Yeah, but I prefer drifting because they drift through the show.
Why don't you drift into the next point, Bailey?
Why don't I? While Kechi is lost in thought, Mion wins their club game of what looked like a Japanese version of Cluedo.
Yeah, because
Well,
it had like three cards. It was like the murder weapon, the person, and the location.
yeah, it's probably Murdero. He asks for another game where his teacher says he has a visitor out at the front of the school. The visitor is just with the police and asks Kechi about Tomataki and then tells him that Tomataki passed away. Last night,
Dun,
their
dun,
conversation
dun.
their conversation continues where apparently it's okay for the police to share investigation notes with potential suspects because 1983?
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like because a normal investigation, you wouldn't share information with people that might be your number one suspect, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to trick them into giving up information. So, like what L tries to do with Light in Death Note. Many
Yeah.
times.
Wait, which Death Note are you talking about?
The anime.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the movie.
No. Movie can go and die in a toilet.
Yeah. The only good thing in it was Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, because he does a good Ryuk.
Yeah. But aside from that, no, it's okay.
Anyway, when I continue.
Alright, Tomataki died by clawing forcefully at his own throat. Here we learn Tomataki's first name is Jiroyu.
Jiro.
Jiyu.
No, just Jiro.
Jiro. Jiro.
In Japanese, if it's like two vowels, the second vowel is usually silent
Okay.
for some
The police.
reason.
Sorry, what?
Just for some reason.
Okay. The police visitor asks Keche for his help with the investigation because he doesn't believe in the curses of Hinamizawa while living in the village.
Wait,
The visitor.
sorry. How did you say that name? You say
Um.
Keche?
Kechi.
Is that like you say Keche?
No, I can say catch up if you want. The police visitor asks catch up for his help.
That actually makes it a much better go with that.
Because he
I'll
does.
keep it the right name, but you can do that. It makes it so
Because
much better.
he doesn't believe in curses of the Hinamizawa while living in the village. The visitor finally introduces himself as Oshi from Okonomiya Police Department. Catch up
I just
overhears the whispers.
I just want to say something quickly here. In the wiki, because I did check the wiki just in case of a latest because of a later scene. There is a they mention it on the wiki. It says another character is introduced here, but she is not. We'll find out who she is later, though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you can continue.
Not sure I want to now, being cut off. Okay. Ketchup overhears the whispers of Rena and Mion about Orashiro and how someone named Yoshi disappeared.
Toshi.
Toshi!
Yeah, he
Later
doesn't
on,
get like the first detail of the letters.
later on, after a cancelled game, Ketchup sees he is holding a murder card with the name Satoshi on it. He asks Reina about Satoshi, causing her to go dark again, and say he transferred out around when she started at the school. On the way
Mysterious.
home, ominous. Ketchup calls Reina and the girls out on lying to him, which she does the same back at Kechi. She then grills him about his conversation with Oshi before dropping it suddenly. Oshi calls Ketchup during the night, saying he works for the Okinomiya bookstore as a cover.
Yes.
Ketchup asks what spirited away by ogres means, and Oshi explains how Hinamizawa was called the village of ogres long ago. What were you saying?
I love how he has to try and have a cover for it. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, I work
Pun
at a
intended.
bookstore.
Get it? I see what you did there. Works for the bookstore as a cover, and what the books have?
That wasn't a pun. That wasn't a pun.
Sure, it wasn't. The conversation turns to the cotton drifting murders of Hinamizawa and how one person dies and another disappears. This eventually leads to the reveal of Satoshi's full name. Satoshi Hoju, Sakato's older brother. Ketchup,
Oh no!
Ketchup answers his bedroom door to his dad holding 2 cups of tea, one for him and one for Reina. Reina knows of Ketchup's conversation with Oshi.
you,
No.
you keep like the fact that you say ketchup is just like so like disorienting. It like because it's a serious scene and then all I just hear is ketchup and it's just like excuse. It's like
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, Keiichi tries to fake being sick the next day to avoid being around Rena. He even goes as far as going to the clinic and getting a shot. While in the waiting room, he overhears some old ladies talking about Jiro and Takano, who is the blonde woman that I mentioned earlier. Anyway, so on his way home, Oishi comes across him and pulls over and it's like, yeah, want to have lunch in Okinomiya? And over lunch at Angel Mort, which has a lot of lore, surprisingly, for how little importance to the actual plot it has. They talk over the Oyashiro case some more, and yet another new detail comes to detail about the life of the foreman, who was the first victim, and we find out that he got into a lot of fights with Mion weeks before his death. The couple from the second year turned out to be Satoko's parents. Oh, I just realized through most of my notes I spelled Satoko's name wrong. Whoops.
Oh no.
I, I, I kept writing the T and the K the wrong way around. It's like Satoko. The Anyway, the priest and the wife from the third year. That's actually Rika's parents. The housewife of the fourth year. That's Sakoto. I actually forget if it's actually Tuka or Koto. Sorry, I'm just looking it up. My phone will immediately tell me if I'm right or wrong. It is Sataka. I don't know why I messed up on the spelling of that so much. Anyway, Sataka's aunt was the housewife that was killed in the fourth year, and was her carer at the time.
And they were any of his aunt by marriage, not by blood.
Yeah, and Satoshi is the boy that disappeared was Satoko's older brother. Like, we have not seen Satoshi anywhere. You want to take over the next one? Because I'm sort of fumbling my words a little bit.
Nothing has happened around Reina yet, because she used to live in Ibaraki.
Ibaraki, yeah.
Ibaraki, for those an L. Ibaraki Prefecture until last year. However, she was suspended from her previous school for shattering all the windows a few weeks before moving to Hinamizawa. Dun dun dun. From the
You
medical
don't need to do
record,
it that dramatic. Jeez.
from the medical records of conversations with the counselor, she was required to see the word Oashiro repeated many
Oh yeah,
times.
Shiro.
Yeah, it turns out Reina and her family originally lived in Hinamizawa.
What?
Oi! She is telling Catch Up everything about the Oi Ashiro case because he's the one in danger.
um,
Cut to night when Catch Up is home and Mion and Rena show up at his door with some Oi Hagi, Japanese sweet
Hagi.
rice balls, that Mion's grandmother made plus one Reina made. The conversation suddenly turns serious and they know he was with someone for lunch.
How would they
Catch Up.
know? Hmm?
They were spying on him. Or were they? Maybe something's going on.
Yeah, something definitely is going on.
Catch Up bites into the Huggy. Only to find out there was a needle in it.
Why do you keep going?
Out of,
Oh.
out of fear, he throws the rest of the Huggy at the wall, even though they were probably okay to eat. No, you find a needle in it. Like, of course you're throwing them all out.
Yeah, but Bailey, why are you going oh so much?
Because the letter O. After I lay down, Ketchup starts writing a letter about how someone is trying to kill him, and that has to do with Ashiro curse. He then hides the letter behind the clock in his room.
I take it
Keiichi is
that Keiichi is up early the next day and heading to school to avoid Mion and Rena. On the route, he passes someone in an unmarked white van that stops, turns around, and tries to hit him before continuing on the original route. The funniest part of this whole scene, though, is technically that van should not be able to turn around.
What do you mean?
The road's too narrow. It's right next to water. There's no way for the van to turn around easily.
Okay.
It's just all of a sudden, just going the other way. Anyway, So, due to his brush with the car, Keiichi goes to the school and looks for a defensive weapon to use. And he finds a baseball bat. Uh, Rika and Satoko find him at school cooling down after doing some practice swings with the bat that he has in his possession. So Satoko just runs, and Rika tells him not to lose the bat. We'll find out later why Satoko ran.
Yeah. Because he's been hitting those. He's hit the ball. Now he's got to run the base.
Well, I don't think he's hit any balls yet.
But he's got to. But he's still got to run the base, which is his home.
Yeah.
And base is safe.
So yeah, Keiichi keeps up his practice swings outside the school when Renner and Mion approach him to ask what he's doing. After school, the girls are excited for club, but Keiichi just heads for the door. He's like, yeah, I'm not hanging out with you. At least two of you are crazy somehow. Anyway, on the way home, Keiichi once again is like just walking his route, and he senses Ren following him, and he like shouts at her not to follow him, but to go ahead, like just go ahead, and keep walking until I can't see you, because well, they live in the same direction, so what is he supposed to do?
It's like, walk another way. It's like, how about you cross the street over there and walk on that side, and I'll just stay on this side and we'll keep walking straight.
Just follow the rules. Anyway, Renner then is asking why Keiichi has a bat now too, and just like Satoshi did. Turns out the bat is actually Satoshi's bat, which explains why Satoko just legged it earlier in the day. Keiichi seems to be repeating the actions of Satoshi, including practicing swinging his bat, walking alone, and keeping the bat at his side at all times. That's just called being safe, isn't it?
Yep, safe and not sorry.
You want to take over for a little bit?
Alright. At home, Catchup's mum calls the house to say that she and his dad have gone to Toy Koi Yo because of work, leaving Catchup home alone with anything to happen to him. While locking up the house, Catchup gets another call from Oi She. He explains to Oi She that someone might be trying to kill him. First with the needle in the Argy.
Stop it with the
Oi
O.
She says that the needle might be evidence to the fact that someone is threatening him. So Catchup tries to find it, but the house has been cleaned with the needle gone.
I
Catchup
guess his mum
tells
cleaned it or something.
Oishi about the near hit and run, but Catchup didn't catch the license plate of the van.
He didn't catch up with the
Lastly,
catch.
Keiichi tells Oishi that Rena knows what happened to Satoshi, and that she said he's acting like Satoshi, and that he needs to stop. The episode ends with Keiichi getting a surprise visitor in the house.
No,
And who is that surprise visitor?
Barely. You know what? I'm gonna step away because you're annoying.
Alright.
I needed water.
Alright.
Okay.
So that's the end of episode 2, and this brings us to the
Well, no,
start
that
of
was
episode.
3.
Oh, that was 3, sorry. Well, that brings us to the end of episode 3, and now we're starting episode 4.
Oh my gosh.
With a surprise visitor turning out to be Rena herself, bringing side dishes for her and Ketchy to enjoy. Ketchy tries to lie to Rena, saying dinner is almost ready, but she knows his dinner is grilled ginger pork cut ramen brought from the 7th Mart.
Okay,
She
how
tugs
did
at
she
the
know
chain lock.
that?
I don't know. She's like,
That is true stalker levels of knowledge, isn't it?
yeah, like, have you ever seen Two and a Half Men with Rose, or she's a stalker?
Hmm.
It's like, I've changed the lock 3 times. How do you keep getting in? Yes, but you don't. But you haven't changed the locksmith.
Anyway, continue.
Okay, and so Ketchy tries to lie to Ren. Oh, sorry. Where was it? She tugs at the chain lock, telling Ketchy to let her in, and forgetting she could just lift it up.
Yeah, it's like one of those like gravity locks that all you have to do is just lift the pin and pull it out.
Because you see, if she lifts the lock and walks in, she can. That's breaking and entering. But
Yeah.
if he willingly lets her in, it's not breaking and entering.
Well, don't worry, because instead of letting her in, he slams the door on her fingers. Like she, like literally, he's like pulling so hard, he's like crushing her fingers. I'm amazed her fingers don't come off, because that would have been an interesting turn.
Yeah.
But she manages to pull her hand out, and he locks the door. Apparently, Keiichi hung up on Oishi because he has to call him back, and he asks about Rena. And we start a story of actually wondering if Oyashiro's curse actually existing. And that Rena had victims in her Window Smash Bonanza. Just the male students, though. Somehow all the female students got away. And, also somehow, one student had a damaged eye. Yet, it didn't go to court.
Well, why didn't it go to court? Maybe a family paid off the other family.
Uh,
You never know.
it's like, here's the money for the surgery on fixing your kid's eye.
We'll make sure to give you the money for when his other eye gets damaged.
No, rather than getting the surgery, you just take out the other eye and make him blind.
At least it wasn't like Leatherface where he's cutting off the faces
Oh yeah.
and wearing them.
Anyway, so yeah, while Keiichi's closing his window from the rain, he sees Rena just standing in the rain, repeating, "I'm sorry." Like it's the one line she learned from Pyranikos. I'm sorry about that joke. I had to get a Ruby joke in there.
Pyrrha Nikos. Who's Pyrrha Nikos?
She's a character from Ruby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Pyrrha,
she's
yeah.
like, "I'm sorry."
Is it too late now to say sorry?
No, but one of my many sins for Ruby is whenever someone says I'm sorry, I was like, oh, someone got the Pyrrha bug.
Yeah.
You want to take the next one? Yeah,
Sure.
just take a swing at it.
Pun intended. Keiichi keeps going on with his swinging practice with the bat, and Mion gets angry at him for telling her to shut up.
I
Tough
mean,
you to
she is being annoying, so fair point to him.
I love you, Keiichi. Shut up, baby. I know it. Um, okay, the conversation goes down the path of how Satoshi transferred, but Sakato didn't. Now Kechi gets angry, saying he doesn't know anything about Satoshi. Everyone is hiding the truth from him.
Yeah, that is true. Everyone is hiding the truth from him.
It's always secrets and lies.
Anyway, so yeah, Keiichi reveals he knows everything. He knows about the dismemberment at the dam, and that there was a needle in the Hagi she and Rena gave him. Basically, he's laying all the cards down on the table. It's just like, here's my entire hand. I have nothing against you now. Which is the worst move you can make, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Mion realizes Keiichi has been talking to Oishi, and that gets her angry, saying she should have killed him back then. So she's basically now admitting to murder. Apparently, Oishi was supposed to retire on this year of 1983. We're back on the path back to Keishi's house that Rena has to take as well. And like, Keiichi senses Rena once again, and he hides behind a tree beside the path. And this time, Rena has her own weapon, the cleaver, and she does. Remember the BattleBots clip of like the two robots? It's like they like go, and then like the one just like zips right behind the other robot.
Was this in the show?
No, this is a clip from YouTube. It's like it's like
No, I don't think so.
I think like the video is called "Teleports Behind You."
Oh, is that with the two fighting robots?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
basically Rena does that to
The
Keiichi,
transmission.
and Keiichi gets freaked out because of the cleaver. It's like, dude, you have a bat that has more reach than a cleaver.
Yeah.
Anyway, he asks who spirited away Satoshi last year. However, the suspect in question isn't human. Wait, how would that work?
Do you know of any humans that can teleport?
uh, if they're fast enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen Jason?
Yeah, you see, Jason, the reason Jason, like, the moral of the story there is no matter how fast you run, Jason always walks faster.
Yeah. Unless you believe film theory where Jason doesn't actually teleport, it's just convenient camera tricks.
Yeah.
Anyway, uh, getting back to friendly, woodsy conversation. Rena approaches Keiichi saying she won't let him be transferred like Satoshi was. And Keiichi snaps out of his state of frozen fear and pushes Rena to the ground, running away. Also, Rena, for some reason, was like laughing, like she's laughing really weird. And while 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 he's running away, he gets sneak attacked. Like he gets chased by two random guys in the forest, and then gets knocked by a third one via sneak attack. It's like,
Judo chop.
judo chop. I feel like that's a joke from a movie.
Yeah.
Even though it's an actual thing. You want to take the next point?
Okay, so after being knocked out by the judo chop, Kechi wakes up in his house with Rena looking over him to make sure he's okay, and Mion showing up as well. Apparently, the supervisor and the doctor are coming too. When Kechi asks who the supervisor is, he's met with only laughter from the girls.
I want to
Looks
take
like
this one, please.
you
Because
want to? Yeah, okay.
it's including a point that of what I personally hate. So yeah, it looks like Keiichi's about to suffer the punishment game from the Hagi game that he failed. Even though literally one of them had a needle in them, and as and I hate needles, and I also hate syringes. Looks like
Aren't they the same thing?
they're basically the same thing, yeah. But a sewing needle is like it, it doesn't inject you with something. A syringe does. Like Mion even does like the the cliche of like squirting some of the serum out to make sure the syringe works. Bailey,
Yeah,
you know that cliche,
with the syringe.
like like the person squirts out of it to make sure it works.
Relax, I'm a doctor.
Yeah, yeah, and he gets injected with the serum, and we get a nice old light smash cut to Keiichi battering a dead Reno Mion with the baseball bat. And he's going ham on these two girls that drugged him. Like all the horror, like the main characters of horror should do. And this is actually what we saw back at the start of episode 1. Except not in blue. We get a new character showing up to the house alongside some men in the same uniform as the ones that attacked and whacked him. But not whacked him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Keiichi's like goes for his letter for some reason and is like adds more to it, and how that Mion and Ren are the suspects, and that Tomitake's death was from an unknown drug, and the syringe that they had, he also sticks that on the back of the clock as well. So like he's hidden the letter on like the back side of the clock along with this empty syringe.
Yeah.
Hmm? So Keiichi does the smart move of sneaking out of the house. But you know what's dumb of him
He
to
like
do?
sneaks around the front and like right in the guy's views.
Right in view of everyone, and he just goes, "I'm out here, boys." It's like, dude, can you not climb a concrete wall?
Yeah.
Anyway, Oishi gets a call from a phone booth, and it's the only phone booth in Hinamizawa. And Keiichi's like, it might be too late to save me. And he seems to now believe in Oyashiro's curse. And that's when Oishi starts to hear a strange sound from Keiichi's end of the phone. And it's the sound of him clawing at his own throat. Hey, did that bore you?
No, it's doing the sound like clawing at his own throat. He's got no vocal cord.
That's how you do it.
Oh,
Huh?
like I was watching South Park, and the guy's like, they're homeless. It's a joke. They're like, spare some change. And they feed off change, like how zombies feed off flesh. And
Oh.
the guy's got a gun, and he just like, sorry to take the easy way out, and he shoots himself. But he survives. Then he shoots himself again, but he still survives. It's like, damn it! Ah, son of a! He keeps shooting himself. It's like 5 times it takes him before he can die.
Too much coinage.
Yeah.
To really take out the momentum of this, Hinamizawa is actually located in Shishibone City.
In the city of Chishibone.
At least it's not boner. Shishiboner.
Give me a minute.
Oh. What's the matter?
What?
You said give me a minute.
Yes, and I did what I had to accomplish.
Oh,
Tell,
Bailey.
tell me again where Hinamizawa is located.
Shishibone City.
Are you sure about that?
Really, Bailey? You're gonna do that now?
Okay, so Kecha ended up succumbing to his self-inflicted wounds. The cause of death, shock from blood loss. Kechi's letter is found by the police, but it's been altered, along with the syringe being missing from its spot besides the letter, to erase the existence of the letter.
I think I meant to write syringe there.
Yeah.
Because, like, the section that was removed was a bit about the syringe.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why I was messing up so much on the notes there. Anyway, should we end this episode here?
If you want.
Considering there's no other notes for us to read.
Alright.
Anyways, so yeah, links will be in the description to both of my channels and also both of Bailey's channels for you guys to check out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know next video comes out. A ding, a ding, a ding, a ding.
Dong, 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 dong.
I'm the Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.
See you, everyone.